Good morning, guys. This lighting is really not doing me any justice this morning. Let's see if I could try and solve it. I just pulled up to my 38-week appointment. I'm trying to see, like, is this any better? Is my camera dirty? Give me a second. I think we're just gonna have to make do with some crazy lighting this morning, crazy hair. You guys know the deal at this point in pregnancy, to try and like pull myself together. This is what we're working with, but I just pulled up to my 38-week appointment. I'm actually 38 weeks and 5 days pregnant now, and 99.9% sure that this is going to be my last appointment because it is Wednesday and my induction date is Friday. So this appointment, I am very excited that I made it to. I have a lot of questions to ask my OB regarding my induction, just what the process is going to entail. Obviously, I know once I get to the hospital what the process is going to entail because I was loosely induced with the boys when I was admitted with them. But I think it's so weird that I'm just going to wake up on Friday morning and get myself ready and head to the hospital to go have a baby. It is officially and finally setting in that I'm going to be most likely bringing her home either the end of this weekend or early next week, depending on when I deliver. I don't know if I'm going to labor super fast on Friday and have her, or have her on Saturday, but it is officially baby time, which is so insane. I feel like I found out I was pregnant in September, and your due date just seems so out of reach and so far away, especially getting through that first trimester with the nausea that I had with her. I didn't experience that with the boys. Second trimester was so blissful this pregnancy and really went by super fast. And I would say the beginning of my third trimester also flew by just as fast, but these last few weeks have been dragging. This past week in particular, I've officially hit the point of uncomfortability, and I'm very glad that I have an induction date set for Friday, because honestly, I feel like baby girl is so comfy and cozy in there. I've had maybe one contraction this entire time. I've had a lot of Braxton Hicks. Those I had a ton with my pregnancy with the boys. If you guys remember, those started for me around like 26-ish weeks when I flew down to Florida for my baby shower with them. I got a lot of Braxton Hicks with them from about 26 weeks through to the end. And even with her, I feel like they started around like 21 weeks with her. I started getting them, and I do get a lot of those, but painful, laboring contractions, I think I've had all of one. I've had like a few sets of cramps, really nothing too bad, a little bit of back pain, but I've hit the point of uncomfortability with like my belly in general. If you guys follow me over on Instagram, actually I did talk about it in my last vlog as well. I feel like she has started to drop ever since she flipped back from being breached to a head down position. I feel like she started to drop, and I've just experienced a lot of like pain at the forefront of my belly like I did with the boys, because I carried so like front heavy with them. I feel like I'm finally feeling that with her, and so I'm at the point where like after eating a big meal I'm very uncomfortable, and I feel like my abs are separating even more and my skin is being pushed to its limit. I did mention in my last video that I found 4 new stretch marks going like up and down all the way on the underside of my belly. So I'm very glad that I have an induction date set for Friday, because honestly, I think if I didn't, she would be content in there past my due date, because I haven't really felt any contractions, anything that would make me believe that labor is near. I haven't lost my mucus plug, no bloody show, no leaking. So I'm very glad that like I just so hit the point of uncomfortability this past week, and so far I've only had a few days of having to live like that, and I only have a few days left. But at this appointment I am going to get a cervical exam. I got one at 36 weeks, but because she was breached I wasn't dilated anything. And then my last appointment I did not get one because he thought she was still breached, and it wasn't until I left the room with him that I got like a quick sono to confirm that she did flip back head down, and at that point it was too late to get a cervical exam. So I am very excited today. I'm going to get an internal check. I'm going to ask for a membrane sweep if I am dilated any. Hopefully that will help move things along, especially like getting me in a good position for Friday and the induction process. If that can like dilate me a little bit more, or just like soften me up in any way, that'll help the induction process. So I'm excited about that. And then of course, to get all my questions answered, I'll get like my final weigh in and see total how much weight I gained this pregnancy. So far, I think I'm at about 40 pounds, which I'm okay with, but I cannot believe we're at this point. And this is going to be my last video before my labor and delivery vlog, which is insane. But I'm going to head into my appointment. Once I'm done with this, I'll give you guys the rundown and an update on everything. And then the only other thing I want to do in today's video is do kind of like a full nursery tour. I think I set up baby girl's nursery really chopped up, and kind of early on in my pregnancy, I would do like a little bit here and a little bit there. So I want to do a full walkthrough of what her nursery looks like now and just give you guys like insight on like where everything is and my style of everything. We actually did her nursery on like an extreme budget, so I want to show you guys or like give you guys tips and tricks if you're looking to do a nursery on an extreme budget. I think we spent like less than $500 total. We thrifted, Facebook Marketplace, a bunch of stuff, reused a bunch of stuff from the boys. So I want to do a walkthrough with you guys to close out today's video, since I never did like a nursery tour. So I'm going to head in and I will see you guys on the other side. Okay, I've been home from the doctor for quite some time. I had some lunch and was laying on the couch watching the Vanderpump Part 3 reunion because I missed it last night. But I wanted to give you guys an update on how my last appointment went. It was confirmed, like that is my last appointment. I didn't have to schedule anything else. He did say, you know, just show up to the hospital on Friday at your designated call time. If there's a bed for me, they will get me in and we'll get started. If there's not a bed, I'll have to come home, wait to hear from them, and then go back, which is fine. The hospital is super close to me, so it's not like I'll be driving like an hour there and back, like waiting to get called. But he said if I wanted to show up a little bit earlier than my call time and kind of stick around, that I'll most likely get a bed on Friday, which is just so crazy. My official weight gain for this pregnancy is just about 40 pounds exactly, which with the boys, I gained 50 pounds and they were 10 pounds of baby. He thinks she's gonna be about 8 pounds of baby. So 40 pounds, I'm feeling pretty good about. Like, I feel like I didn't gain anything that was too excessive. I don't think I ate excessively in the pregnancy. I just ate what I wanted and fueled my body how I felt it needed to be fueled to grow baby girl. Surprisingly, at the end of this pregnancy, I'm going to try and screenshot a clip from one of my last few videos with the boys. I feel like my face doesn't look too bad, and they do usually say that baby girls steal your beauty, and definitely in the beginning of my pregnancy I looked rough. My skin was so bad and my mom could just tell I was having a girl based on how I looked. But I feel like at the end of my pregnancy with the boys, I had pregnancy nose, and my nose was a lot bigger than this and more swollen than this, and my lips were super swollen towards the end of my pregnancy with the boys. Surprisingly, this time around I feel like I look like my old self. Like, obviously you can't see my belly right now, but I feel like if you didn't know I was pregnant, I don't look pregnant, if that makes sense. But I gained 40 pounds. I'm trying to think what else. Blood pressure has been great this entire pregnancy. He did obviously do an internal exam, like I said, and unfortunately I'm not really dilated much, which I guess I could have guessed considering at 36 weeks I wasn't dilated because she was breached, and then she only flipped about a week ago, and so there hasn't really been a lot of time for her to be engaging with my cervix to help soften it, it become like more effaced and dilate. So he did what he could do to sweep me. It was a little bit uncomfortable, but a lot less uncomfortable than I remember being with the boys. I remember my mom came with me to that appointment and it felt like he was literally Edward Scissorhands in there, like scratching my uterus or whatever they do in there for a membrane sweep. That was so painful. This one really wasn't too painful. He said I'm soft. He said he felt her head, so she is engaged now. But because we had that little bit of time where she was breached, and we didn't know how long she was breached for, because my last ultrasound before my 36-week one was 29 weeks.
and she was head down around then. And then he did say at my 34-week appointment, I think, that he felt her head down, but she could have flipped like right after 34 weeks. And then for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks really, after I found out, wasn't head down. So that kind of makes sense why I'm not really too dilated, but I am soft, he said. She is engaged, he felt her head, and he did what he could do to sweep me. So we'll see if that really does anything tonight or tomorrow. If it doesn't, still scheduled for Friday, which is just so crazy that I'm literally having a baby this weekend. But yeah, that's how my last OB appointment went, which is just wild. I cannot believe we're at this point now. But I do want to, like I said, run through with you guys and share with you guys just like a rundown of baby girl's room. Since, like I said, I did kind of set it up very sporadically and all over the place. I want like one video that I can reference back and link everything for you guys. So there are just a few things I need to clean up quick because the boys do still play in here. And then I will run through where everything's from and give you guys a little bit of a nursery tour. I hear landscapers, and for the life of me can't tell if they're mine or not, like if they're going to be coming down my driveway. So if they do, I'll have to reshoot this. But this is where baby girl's room is located. So we have boys room, baby girl's room. The one thing that does suck is this door doesn't close all the way. This house is so old, so I need to like figure out something to get this door to close. I don't know if we need to just like replace the door or lubricate it up, but this is what you see when you walk into baby girl's room. So we'll start with this corner right here. This is a Papa Blick baby swing. Both the bedside sleeper and the swing were gifted to me. I am going to kind of run through like how we set up her room on a budget. Like I said, I think we were able to do it in under $500, maybe even under $400. I'm going to try and total it up for you guys so you guys can see it is doable to do a nursery on a budget, and you definitely don't need to do something super elaborate like you see on TikTok and in other YouTubers videos where they go all out. You really can keep it super minimal, buy secondhand, reuse from your first baby, which is what we wound up doing for a lot of stuff. But I will note if something was gifted to me so that that could be accounted for in the price breakdown. So this was gifted, as well as the bedside sleeper that I'll show you guys in a minute. I just have this here for now. It's going to wind up coming downstairs with me. It is super light. I think it's like, I think they say less than 9 pounds or something like that, maybe even less than that, 7 pounds or something. It is super light, and this is the one that I plan to like walk around the house with me, bring in my room if I need it, living room, den, anything like that. We've just been storing it in here for now. So that is that. This is her closet. Nothing too crazy. Bunch of her clothes, bunch of old baby stuff, like in storage from when I had the boys. And then more random baby stuff. I have like extra Dockatots and stuff like that in there from the boys that I kept that we will be using this time around again. And then over here, the one thing that I don't have are her blackout blinds yet. She will be just getting like the paper blackout blinds, like the ones that I use from the boys. They're like $7 from Home Depot. I do wind up switching them out almost annually because they do kind of fade. But they work perfect if you're renting, which if you didn't know, Harris and I do rent this house because it is just a piece of like sticky tape. You cut them to the size you need and they're super cheap if they rip or anything like that. So there will be blackout blinds hung in here once baby girl does transition to sleeping in her room. But for now, she will be sleeping in Harris and I's room. So this wall right here, these two animal heads came in a set of 3. The other one is over there. Those were from Crate and Barrel. They no longer sell them. They do sell different variations. So I will link what I can for paper mache heads from Crate and Barrel. That's where those are from. And we are reusing these. These were something that Harris's mom picked up for the boys when this room was a playroom, and they used to be stationed on that wall over there. So those decorations are a reuse, so I'm not counting them in the total for this room. This is a little hydrangea, I believe, from Etsy, again gifted from Harris's mom. You will kind of sense a theme here. I'm sure you've heard me talk about, if this is not your first video of mine, that Harris's mom does get all of the clothes for our babies. She's done this for every single one of her grandchildren, and we are beyond grateful that we don't really ever have to pay for clothing because she does that. A lot of baby girl's clothes are either hand-me-downs from the boys or new from Harris's mom. So I did not personally pay for that either. These two baskets here were actually baskets that had handles on them that I cut off. These are from Michael's, and it was actually buy one get one free. So I think I paid $10 for both of the baskets. Like I said, you can see where like the handles were. I think it was like one handle. I actually cut that off to make it a wall basket. So a little bit of a DIY, and then I nailed them to the wall. This one has baby girl's like little hats and things, and then this one is filled with all of her bows. So we're at like $10 here so far for baby girl's room. This is the Kikaroo changing pad. Saved this from my boys. It's a little stained from the boys. I have since wiped it down and cleaned it. I am going to wind up obviously wiping it down and cleaning it again before baby girl uses it, but this is something we are reusing, and I saved from the boys' room so I didn't have to purchase another changing pad. I highly recommend this changing pad. It is, I think, $100, but it is so worth it because you just wipe it down. It's so easy to clean and keep clean, and it's so easy to save. I have not used this since the boys got out of diapers 2 years ago. Honestly, probably longer than that because they wound up wearing like pull-up diapers for some while. And it kept in storage really well. So I will, anything I talk about, even if it is a hand-me-down, a gift, anything like that, everything I share will be linked down below. So highly recommend this. This dresser originally retails for over $1,000. I got this off of Facebook Marketplace for $120. I so recommend, if you are looking to set up a nursery on a budget, go on Facebook Marketplace. You can find some amazing finds, and this was and is probably the best thing that I found for baby girl's room. It's exactly what I was looking for, which was white and wood. The wood matches the floors so good, and like I said, original. It's nested. I think it's over $1,000. I got it already pre-built. The man brought it to my house and put it in this room. $120 for that. Moving over here, we are reusing our diaper pail from the boys. This is the Munchkin one. It was super, I literally left it in my garage just like this. Super easy to store and save. I wound up wiping it down when I wanted to bring it in the house. And so that is a reuse from the boys. The towels are reuses from the boys. They're Pottery Barn Kids, I believe. One's a raccoon and one's a little fox. This hook that the towels are on, this is from H&M. I think it was $12.99, and I think it's so cute. The little colored knobs really tie in with the rug that I wound up picking up for baby girl. And then her laundry basket is also H&M. I believe that was $24.99 for a little like woven basket, laundry basket. And I think there's different sizes, if I'm not mistaken. There are different colors. Black, green, a warm like chestnut brown, blue maybe, and then this cream one. The carpet's actually from Home Depot. This is a Balta brand rug, and the rug we have in our den downstairs is also the Balta brand, and I really, really recommend them for a cheap rug. The one in the den we've had for over a year, and it is white and has held up good. So even though the price is more affordable and cheap, the quality is there. The boys have stained it. I've used my Bissell little green machine on it, and it's cleaned up really well, and it hasn't shed too much or lost like much of its like soft feel. Obviously this one, we don't walk in here all that much, but it has so far kept its softness. And I believe this was $120, and it was a 4x6, 5x7, something like that. I think for $120, that is a pretty good find. And this one, they had like a few different like variations. They had a checkered one with this colorway, one with like thinner squiggly lines, same colorway, all around like 120 to 150 for the 6x4 or 5x7. I can't remember exactly what size it was, but I think that's pretty good for a nursery room rug. This cubicle is Target, again, a reuse. We had this in here when this room was a playroom from the boys, so didn't have to repurchase any kind of cubicle or organization. All these toys down here, all these books are from the boys. I did like a book like for my baby shower, I had guests bring books instead of cards. So the boys have such a big library. I tried to keep more of like the simple ones in here for baby girl. All of like the boy books are in the boys' room, and then a lot of the other alternate books are in our den downstairs. This is what I just chose to keep for in here. Here are 4 pairs of baby girl's little shoes. There's supposed to be another toy there that Ben has taken out to play with. I do have other like more age appropriate toys for baby girl for when she's really little in a bin in the garage that I just haven't pulled out. But we have like a random Love Everyone, a random toolbox just like in these cubes for now. I will alternate out toys for baby girl when the time comes. So this is a reuse. I didn't have to buy a new cubicle for this time around, but I do think that this cubicle is like $100 or something, so really not too bad. This basket here is Pottery Barn Kids, if you're wondering. Amazon has a great alternative. I will link that down below. And then up here, these were gifts. These are the boys' piggy banks. This piggy bank I got off of Facebook Marketplace for $5 so that baby girl could have a piggy bank. And then I thought it looked really cute with like the boys' piggy banks as bookends. So that was $5. This mirror right here, this is also a Facebook Marketplace find. I take like all of my little bum shots in this mirror now because it looks really nice with the white wall. But I believe I got this mirror for $35, and I think it's a 27.5 inch diameter white frame mirror. I think retail, a lot of these mirrors go for like $75-$80, but I got it for $35. Also, if you can hear the air conditioning like blowing on my speaker, I'm really sorry for that. But another Facebook Marketplace find. Highly recommend Facebook Marketplace for furniture and mirrors. They have a lot to offer on there. And I'm really glad I found exactly what I was looking for, which was a white round mirror to take up a lot of the space on this empty wall. And then moving over here, this is another hand-me-down from the boys. This lamp used to be in the boys' room, and then they now have a table lamp in there. We brought this one up here. We had a different one in here that was originally in here when this room was a playroom, but it was a little bit too big and bulky, so we switched it out for this one. And even though it's blue, I don't mind because it goes with the colorway in the rug really well. This rocker we had from when I had the boys that I never got to use. I never really fed them in here. I think I tried maybe once, but because I was tandem feeding, it was a little bit awkward to do it on a little chair like this and not have a place to like set a baby down. So I'm very excited this time around to be able to come in here and feed her on this rocker. This we got from Pottery Barn Kids. This poof, I believe, is like Pottery Barn or West Elm or something like that. Another thing that I'm using that was already in the room, so I didn't have to buy a new rocker or a little ottoman. Coming over here, these floating shelves are Target. They were $25 for the both of them. These toys are hand-me-downs from the boys. The books are hand-me-downs. The decor, my friend Casey got this little doll from Mexico for baby girl. And these are from Harris's grandmother. So I just put those up there as like little decor keepsakes for baby girl. This box I did buy for $5 so that I could put her little jewelry in it for now. So $5 for that, $25 for those. This bunny was a part of the 3-count set that Harris's mom got, but she did wind up painting this. I believe it was all like cream and white, and so it kind of like blended in with the wall. So she put a little heart on the bunny's nose and then painted the bunny's ears pink to go with this painting to just like have it pop a little bit more. So that is a reuse. This painting, I believe, is from like Wayfair or something. Harris's mom picked that up for us as well. And I just really liked how the colors went with this rug. I really wanted to choose like a colorful rug so that I could incorporate blue things and things from the boys and then like still have it blend and be like a little bit more girly. So this is like more pink than it is blue, but there is the blue that blends in with this and the lamp, so I really like that. This is her little corner over here. These mats are Amazon reused. These were already in here from the boys when this was a playroom. I do plan on like ripping them out. They're just kind of stuck to the ground right now. And as you can see, we don't have a crib in here just yet because baby girl will be using one of the boys' cribs. These are the Lolly cribs. We have them as a transitional toddler bed right now. I'm so out of breath, guys. I'm trying to power through this. But I do have both the legs. The legs we took off because the boys used to try and flip these when they were still in the cribs. They would bang against the front of it and would almost tip them over. So the legs are off and the front of the crib is off, but the front of the crib is in the garage and the legs are in baby girl's closet so that we can rebuild it and make it a crib. We did order big boy beds for the boys that are being made. They're like custom upholstered beds. Those will be here end of August, early September, which will be perfect timing for when we would put baby girl in her room. She'll probably still be in our room for a few more months after that. But I didn't rush to buy a crib because we already have 2 perfectly useful cribs and crib mattresses. I didn't really see any function in buying another $200, $300, $400 crib and then $100 mattress when in the near future we would have a second set of everything. So one of the boys' cribs will make it into Sissy's room, and then I think Jack's mattress is a little bit on the newer side. That will make its way into baby girl's room. His mattress is baby yellow. I will link it, and I will link these cribs as well. And then she'll have a crib and a toddler bed, and like the boys are almost 4.5 and they're still using these, so they do last and hold up, and it will last her quite some time. That will go right here, and I'll probably have to rip those up at some point, but they're on there pretty stuck, so they're staying there for now. This bedside sleeper, like I said, is Papablick gifted, so I didn't have to purchase that. This rolling cart will come into Harris and I's room, and so will the bedside sleeper once we get home from the hospital next week. I just bought a hook to be able to hang her tub in the bathroom, but for now her tub is just sitting in here. We have her DockAJot, we have her baby blanket. The underneath we have like my pump and some random baby stuff that I need to still put away. And then like I said, her little cart will be coming into my room for postpartum. So her crib is yet to be here. Her baby monitor is also going to be one of the boys' baby monitors. We have 2 Nannets in here, so one of these will come off the wall and be a table Nannet, like a table monitor once we put their big boy beds in. And then Ben's most likely will come into baby girl's room, and I'll just have to buy a replacement wall mount. So I will add up the total. Most expensive thing in this room, honestly, I think is this rug that was $120, which is so insane. And this was $120. So that's why I'm like 90% sure we did baby girl's room in under, $400, I would say. So it is possible if you're having like a subsequent baby, save everything you have from the first one and reuse it. And then Facebook Marketplace is a great place to get inexpensive baby gear, thrifting, and then, you know, just looking for the most bang for your buck, like in rugs and things. You really don't need the most expensive of expensive just because you see everybody else have the most expensive of expensive on social media. Do what works for your family, and for us, doing baby girl's room on a budget is what we really wanted to achieve, and I'm so glad that we did. So that is it for today's video. By the time you're seeing this video, I will be most likely at the hospital mid-induction with baby girl, but make sure you're following me over on Instagram. It is Just Jen Stone. You'll be getting a lot of updates over there. It's super easy for me to upload a story for you guys, and even on TikTok, it's super easy for me to upload like short form content really quick. Cute little video of me in labor. I do have a video already like made that will be going up that says like, if you're seeing this, I'm in labor, so you'll know baby girl is like on the way. But the next time you see me or hear from me, I will be in labor, or at least on my way to be in labor and have a baby girl. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed all my pregnancy content, and I hope you guys are excited to now transition to my postpartum content and baby content and see me transition to life with 3 kids. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.